A 60 kg rollerblader rolls 10 meters down a 30-degree incline. When she reaches the level floor at the bottom, she applies brakes. The coefficient of friction between the rollerblader and the floor is 0.25 when she applies the brakes. Ignore the friction between the rollerblader and the inclined surface. Use Newton's second law to estimate the distance she will move before stopping. Okay. Here, if you see, this is the mass of this rollerblader is 60 kilograms. Okay. And then this is the Fg. And then this is Fn. Okay. And this is the angle 30 degrees. Therefore, this is Fg parallel. And this is Fg. And this is Fg perpendicular. Okay. This is Fg perpendicular. Now the rollerblader rolls from top of this incline and comes down. So the initial velocity of the rollerblader is 0. On top of the incline. Is equal to 0. Okay, this is VI. I will write a VI is equal to 0 meters per second. We are supposed to find out VF. VF is question mark. Okay, and then what else is given to us? Angle theta is equal to 30 degrees given to us. And then mass is given to us. Therefore, Fg is equal to mg is equal to 60 into 9.8. That is equal to 588 newtons. Okay, and then next Fg parallel. What is Fg parallel? Fg parallel is equal to mg sine theta. So that is equal to 588 times sine 30 degrees. Okay, so this is Fg parallel. Now what we have to go find out, Fg parallel is equal to ma. So this is 294 newtons. We know sigma x is equal to ma. So according to that one, this is Fg parallel is equal to no other force is acting here. That is the only force acting. So Fg parallel is equal to ma. What is 294 is equal to 60 times A, or A is equal to, what is the value? 4.9 meters per second square. Okay, now we know initial velocity, we know the acceleration, we can find out Vf. Okay, and moreover distance, d is equal to 10 meters. That is given in the question. This distance is 10 meters. The inclined distance is 10 meters. So therefore we have to find out Vf. We use the formula Vf square is equal to Vi square plus 2AD. Okay, therefore Vf is equal to 0 plus 2 into, I will put the square root, 2 into 4.9 times 10. This gives rise to 9.899 meters per second. This velocity is the initial velocity at the bottom. Here, the roller is going in this direction. Okay, we have to find out the distance, how much distance it moves. And moreover, here it has the friction. So the friction is acting in this direction. So this is represented like this. This is Fg, and then this is Fn. Now we have to find out the friction. For that, the data is given as mu k is equal to 0.25. Therefore, F friction is equal to, here I will write the force equation again. Okay, sigma Fx is equal to, F friction is equal to, sigma Fx is equal to, F friction is equal to ma. Now F friction, here F friction we know Fn is, F friction is equal to mu k Fn. Okay, so for that what we do, we write the y component motion, y component forces. This is equal to Fn minus Fg is equal to 0 because there is no motion along the y direction. Therefore, Fn is equal to Fg that we already calculated. Fg is equal, what is Fg? 588 newtons. Okay, so now here this is 0.25 into 588 gives a value of 147 newtons. Okay, so this is the F friction. So F friction is equal to ma. Am I right? So we have to find out the acceleration from this. How to find out? We will do the problem. Okay, so 147 is equal to 60 times A. That implies A is equal to, this is in the negative direction. This is the negative direction. This is positive direction. So I will take it as a negative direction. So therefore A is equal to negative 2.45 meters per second square. Okay. Next, what I have to find? I have to find out the distance. To find out the distance, what we have to do? We have to again calculate using the equation Vf square is equal to Vi square plus 2AD. And here the final velocity is equal to 0. Here, whatever the velocity with which it comes down becomes the initial velocity. So this becomes the initial velocity. This Vf becomes initial velocity and Vf is equal to 0 here. So 0 is equal to, or I will write 0 square is equal to 9.899 square plus 2 times negative 2.45 meters per second square times d. Okay, therefore d is equal to this one, negative 9.899 square divided by negative 2 into 2.45. That gives a value of 20 meters. This is the answer. Only thing is, initially it has 0 velocity. It travels a distance of 10 meters and then it is a frictionless surface. And then the only force acting is the gravity, the parallel component of the gravity. So using this data, we have to find out two things. One is the acceleration and another one is the velocity, final velocity, that are the velocity with which it reaches the ground. Okay, that we found out. And then after finding that one, here, the moment it reaches the ground, the friction force comes into picture. So the friction acts because the object is moving along the positive x direction, the friction acts along the negative x direction. Here, the friction is equal to the x component motion. Along the x component motion, the friction is the only force acting, no other force. Therefore, the friction is equal to ma according to Newton's law. Okay, that is what he is asking. Use the Newton's second law. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Therefore, here the friction is equal to ma. And here the friction is acting in the negative direction. Therefore, I am taking the negative value. And moreover, it is justifiable because as the object has to come to stop means the acceleration decreases. Compared to the acceleration here, the acceleration decreases. And moreover, it should be negative. That means deceleration. Okay. So therefore, F friction is here. I calculated using the formula mu k is equal to Fn, and I found out the normal force using the free body diagram and the given data. And then this friction is equal to ma, and from that I found out the deceleration. And once I found out the deceleration, and I have the data, that means initial velocity I know, acceleration I know, I can find out d. And when I calculated, I got the value d is equal to 20 meters. This is the answer for this question. Hope this helps. Thank you. Bye-bye.